Okay. This meeting, special meeting of the Municipal Board of Ethics is hereby called to order. Madam Clerk, would you take the roll?
Yes, Madam Chair. Ms. Wint-Pearson.
Here.
Ms. Pallison.
Here.
I understand Mr. Goodstein is excused.
Correct.
Mr. Kelly.
Here.
And I have not heard from Member Wilson, Madam Chair. Have you?
I have not heard from her.
Okay, I'll mark her as absent for now, but you do have a quorum.
Oh, didn't she mention, I felt like, oh gosh, she said something last month. All-day meetings or something. Didn't she say something last month? I can't recall what she said, though. If no one else recalls, then I think we're all in the same place.
I can't either, but I think she wasn't going to be able to attend because we were trying to make sure that there were at least 3 of us, and I didn't have her in my mind as being the 3. So I think she was excused, perhaps.
Okay, I'll note that in the minutes.
All right. So approval of the agenda. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
A second?
I support that, so that motion passes. And then we're on to unfinished business. Do I have a motion to move into our deliberative session to consider the revised version of the opinion regarding ethics complaint for potential violation 2022-2?
So moved. Oh.
Second.
Excellent. All right. I will agree with that motion as well. So that motion passes, and let's move to our other invitation to talk about, to discuss 2022-2. Okay, we're back in open session, having completed executive session to discuss ethics complaint for potential violation 2022-2. Oh gosh, and now, Madam Clerk, can you remind me, do we memorialize these things with a motion or not, that we are moving forward with finalizing and distributing the report?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Okay, do I hear a motion to finalize and distribute our report on ethics complaint for potential violation 2022-2 as discussed?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor? Aye.
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 All right, so we will move forward with distributing that opinion, which I will email to you, Jennifer, as soon as we get off of this out of this meeting. Also, I should want to put on the record that we in executive session discussed adding an agenda item next to our next meeting to discuss what we distribute as a report for distribution as a public record pursuant to 115-160E when we conclude the review of an ethics complaint for potential violation. So we will ask Madam Clerk that you add that agenda item to our next month's agenda, and that Paul will be prepared to run us through the law relevant to that framework in our next meeting, and we can discuss as a group. And I don't believe we need a motion to that effect, but someone correct me if I'm wrong. How many more minutes do you have, Terry? Do we have enough time to go into executive session to discuss request for advisory opinion 2022-6? The confidentiality has been waived, right? Or no?
I think
That's correct,
So we can continue to discuss that in open session.
if you desire.
Did we discuss it? What's the will of the body? Would you like to continue to discuss it in open session?
So if we're discussing what we're going to decide about it, we would still probably go into deliberative session, or?
Yeah, I think that's what we've
So,
done thus
yeah.
far on this one. We've gone into deliberative session. Okay.
That's right. Yeah.
And you have 10 minutes left, Jerry?
No, I have 0 minutes left. It
Oh.
is it's 3:25, and so yeah, he's out at 3:30, and
okay. So you should run. When do you estimate you'll be back?
I would 3:45, hopefully at the latest, maybe even a few minutes before that.
Okay, well, let's reconvene at 3:45. I would say, I would entertain a motion for a temporary adjournment until 3:45.
Motion for temporary adjournment.
Second.
All right, I agree. We'll see you at 3:45 on this link.
I'll be back.
Bye, guys. All right, I see that the recording has begun. So this special meeting of the Board of Ethics is back in session after a brief recess. And I believe we need a motion to move to deliberative session in order to begin or continue our discussion of, let me get the number correct, request for advisory opinion 2022-6.
So moved.
Second.
All right, I'll support that motion as well. So let's hop over to our executive, to our deliberative session link. Excellent. Recording has started. The Board of Ethics is back in open session. And do I hear a motion regarding resolution of request for advisory opinion 2022-6?
I move that that Mr. Kelly draft and a response to the request for advisory opinion in line with what was discussed in deliberative session for the board's review, possibly at our next meeting, which is in 2 weeks, depending on how fast Terry writes.
Second.
And I'll support that motion. So carries, and we will look for your draft next meeting, or however long it takes for you to put thoughts to paper.
Sounds good.
All right, we have 12 minutes left, so I would propose that we do try to take a look at 2022-7 in the remaining minutes, just because we have such a backlog of things to continue to get through.
I believe it's possible, this is a confidential matter, I believe it's possible that the complainant in perhaps 2022-7 and 22-8 is the same person. Might we take those both up together in deliberative session?
Yes, I think that's a good idea. I think you are correct. Just double checking. Yes, you are. All right. So do I have a motion to move into deliberative session to discuss 2022-7 and -8?
So moved.
Second.
I agree with that. Let's hop over to deliberative session.
Getting so good at this.
Okay, I see that recording has started. We're back in open session. Do I have a motion with respect to ethics complaints for potential violation 2022-7 and 2022-8?
I move that we will decline or this, no. Sorry,
Right.
what am I?
No, you're right.
I'm looking at the one for potential violations. Sorry, where's? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, yes, we will decline to review or further review this request. No, these are these complaints. I'm sorry. Try again. Under 115-160, the board has decided to decline or cease a review of this complaint under 162B. As it relates to matters that are outside of the jurisdiction of the board or would be better handled in another forum. And we have directed Mr. Ervasti to draft up and go ahead and send out.
It'll come back to me for execution. So I would say finalized for my execution. Yeah.
Great. That for both 2022-07 and 2022-08 confidential complaints for violation.
Second.
And I support that motion. So we will proceed accordingly. And do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All right, we stand adjourned. Thank you guys for a productive meeting.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
Bye,
some,
guys.